peat moss. This is sphagnum peat moss. It is ground. You might find fiber sphagnum moss that you'll find in long strings. It's the same thing, only one is 50 million years old and the other one is 100 million years old. This is 100 million years old. This is perlite. Creates moisture and air. As you can tell, this is extremely dry. So when we mix our soil, our soilless mix, it's very important that this constantly be wet. Now I'll show you how we start this. We use 3/4 of peat to 1/4 of perlite. I don't have a see-through container for you, but you get the gist. I eyeball this. You can use a pot. Use 3 pots of peat moss, to 1 pot of perlite. Now you'll notice that this is very clumpy. You need to break it all up. This is not for the faint-hearted. You'll get all dusty and nasty, but it's kind of fun. All right, we're going to add the perlite. Ooh. It's a little dusty. Try not to breathe it. It's not good for you. Just a heads up. So now when I mix this, I buy huge bales, 3.8 cubic foot bales of peat moss and 4 cubic feet of perlite. Now that's commercial because I use a lot of it. But you can buy smaller amounts, and I recommend Ace Hardware. All the Ace Hardwares carry it in large amounts. And they have different sizes of the peat moss available. All right, now we're going to look at this. I'm going to show it to you. It's very fine and very dry. It's pretty much mixed up. Of course, I'm doing this on a very small level right now. All right, this is what it looks like. Okay, looks like salt and pepper. All right, now we're going to add water. Extremely important. Use clean water. You want it to be as sterile as possible. And we'll just start filling it. It's going to get very strange because it looks like, oh my gosh, where's all that water going? It's a lot of water. Okay, now we're going to get really sloppy. And you're going to see, I'm going to show you the stages. See how dry that is? It's still extremely dry. It'll take approximately 3 to 4 gallons of water to make this pliable for your seeds. That's really important. If you don't make it wet enough, you'll never get it wet once you put the seeds in it. And seeds have to be damp, not soaking wet, but they have to be damp to germinate. So we're going to keep mixing this. I want to give you the consistency. I want to show you what the consistency is because it's the most important part of it. The most important part of it. The mix could be a little off. You could have a little bit more perlite than you need. But the mix being damp enough is extremely important. Your seeds will not germinate, and if it's too wet, they'll damp off. Now, there we are. It'll almost hold together. It'll almost hold together. So it goes from that powder to this.